Good evening, everyone. Welcome. If this is your first time of coming across this channel or page or whatever you call it, you're welcome. Do well to like, share, follow, subscribe, and do whatever. If you're a returning subscriber or follower, I appreciate you for your love and care. Let's do this together. Now, having said that, let's dive into the discussion of today, which is a trending issue in Nigeria. I'm talking about coalition update, and I have titled this A Coalition of Strange Bedfellows. Today we'll be taking a look at members of the coalition. I'm just going to be picking out a few and looking at them. So let's dive right in. Okay, first on our list is Peter Obi, but I'll save that for the last. Okay, so let's continue. The next on the lineup is Atiku Abubakar. This one is a serial presidential election contester, and I would say he has been contesting since the 1900s. And his greed and impatience led us to where we currently are, because Atiku Abubakar was the one that led the G7 in 2014 that staged the walkout of the PDP convention and joined APC. Thanks to him, PDP was moved out of office. Nigeria moved from frying pan to fire under his watch. Of course, he's always there every election cycle to contest, and at the end of the election cycle, he jets back to Dubai, where he lives. On the issue of Atiku, the story long, so that will be on a very good day. We'll take a good look at Atiku. Now, moving on to the next, we have El-Rufai on our lineup. He is the immediate past governor of Kaduna State and a former FCT minister. Now, under his watch, Malam El-Rufai superintended over the genocide that took place in southern Kaduna, not forgetting what he did as a minister of the FCT, his rascality and all. For me, that one a short devil. Looking at El-Rufai talking about New Nigeria or trying to rescue Nigeria from APC, he was among those that supported APC. Of course, he moved from PDP to APC and helped install the APC government. He's only crying out because he was left out of the eating, and he's been trying to lay hands on the national treasury, and it has not worked for him. And suddenly, he's now looking for a new Nigeria. For me, Nasiru El-Rufai is more vile than Buhari, Tinubu, Wike, and Akpabio put together. He is a religious fanatic and a fundamentalist. Now, moving on to the next. Of course, we have Amaechi on the lineup as well, internally displaced politician. He was the past governor of Rivers State that plunged or harvested Rivers State into his pocket, and when he was done, he handed over to Wike to continue plundering Rivers State. Also, he has been a part and parcel of the APC, not forgetting that he was also part of the G7 governors that staged the walkout of PDP convention in 2014. Ever since he was left out of political appointment and the rest of them, he has suddenly turned to a human rights activist, advocating for good governance in Nigeria. Wonders. This one are the people where they find good governance for Nigeria. Moving on to the next. Of course, we have David Mark, who is going to be the chairman of the coalition, or is the chairman of the coalition. For David Mark, I don't have much to say about him. Of course, he was the Senate president, and as at that time, Ekweremadu was his deputy. For David Mark, one thing about him, he was not part of those that brought APC on board, and his tenure as the Senate president was far better than what we currently have now under Akpabio. Now, on to the next. Of course, we have Dino Melaye. That one, I will call him comedian of the Order of the Federal Republic of the Niger. For me, that one is just a praying mantis. Looking at him, this scripture comes to mind. A man's life does not consist of the things he owns, but Dino's life consists of the things he owns. Every time he's always doing videos, making showcase of the things he has in his house, the cars, the clothes, the dining tables, and the rest of them. For me, it should have even been a beauty pageant. But one thing I like about him is that he has a sharp mouth. At least a mouth strong past APC people. So that's. Then the next on our lineup is Rauf Aregbesola. I hear say that name Rauf no mean better thing for Yoruba, but that's a story for another day. Rauf, your scorecard day here. Rauf, you were owing workers 34 to 36 months salary as a governor. That's like 3 years salary, and we are here forming one Nigeria. He was also the Minister of Interior under Buhari. I don't know what he achieved as a Minister of Interior, but he was part and parcel of those that plunged Nigeria into darkness. Now coming up to form, you're trying to rescue Nigeria from bad governance, and you're looking for one Nigeria, be better Nigeria. I don't buy it. Now next on our lineup is the AG, Abubakar Malami. He was the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of Nigeria under Buhari, and he, personally superintended over the rape and destruction of democracy and justice in Nigeria. Now, for Malami to come up now and forming as part of those looking for a better Nigeria amazes me. Seriously. Now, having looked at this set, we have other members of the coalition like Dele Momodu and the rest of them. So I'll just pass. Now back to Obi. You know the saying that in every 12 there must be a Judah, but in this case, I see Judas everywhere. And just one supposed saint. I say saint because he has no corruption ties hanging on his head. So the idea of moving power back from the south to the north after 4 years, I don't buy it. Like, I don't get it. All these politicians who are busy or interested in moving power north, west, east, and south are those who have positioned themselves to benefit when power moves north, west, east, or south. For me, and for an average Nigerian, that's for average Nigeria, we get sense to. I don't care where the president comes from. If I come from Zambiza Forest, as long as the country is working and there's good governance and everybody benefits, who cares where you come from? So this idea of moving power north-south, Obi must do 4 tenure and then hand back power to the north, I really don't get it. And then last on the lineup, of course, Wike is already crying. He's saying he's going to hold Atiku, Amaechi, and the rest of them responsible at the end of the day. Who cares? They say these are the guys that are supposedly going to rescue Nigerians from APC and then plunge Nigeria into good governance. For me, I don't have much to say other than to say this is a coalition of strange bedfellows. But let's keep watching as things play out in Nigeria. Will they be able to rescue Nigeria from the so-called APC? And I hope they are also interested in what Nigerians are interested in. Are they interested in good governance, or are they interested in harvesting Nigeria? See you around.